In February 2024, OpenAI released a private version of Sora, a generative AI model that creates videos based on prompts. Now, this has completely changed the game for AI video creation. If you look at any other company that is creating AI videos, the AI video quality is very low at best. For example, if you look at an AI-generated beer commercial, you can see that the quality is extremely low. It doesn't even look real at all. Typically, you have a bunch of smearing on the faces and other parts of the body like the arms or the hands, and it looks like a scary nightmare. But if you look at the incredible detail of OpenAI Sora and what it's able to do, it's fascinating. Not only can it create completely new virtual worlds from scratch, it also has an extreme level of detail and accuracy in the different objects that it creates. Take, for example, this video posted on the OpenAI website about Sora, where it shows a morning walk in Kyoto with the cherry blossoms and the sun rising and the snow falling. And if you were to zoom in at any specific element of this video, you would see a very high level of detail. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this has reminded me a lot of the show Westworld, which, if you haven't seen it, is essentially about this dystopian future where the rich have created a theme park without going into any spoilers for the entertainment of guests. And a large part of the plot revolves around creating highly detailed virtual worlds. When I first saw OpenAI Sora, my first thought was that this is going to change everything with video production. It's going to change everything with the video game industry. And it might even change Hollywood itself. And it does bring us closer to that reality of what Westworld can do and what something like Westworld could be. And it blurs the line between fact and fiction, making things that otherwise seem completely unrealistic potentially seem real to us. Now, again, you can't actually use Sora at this point in time because the OpenAI team is very concerned about safety and how a product like this relates to creating all sorts of chaos around political video manipulation, misinformation of all kinds, and any other sort of horrible things that could happen if this video tool got out in the wild. However, this company is also extremely excited about the possibilities of this technology and allowing all of us to be more creative and to essentially have a film studio at our fingertips. This reality has shocked the world so much that there are now even instances of people like Tyler Perry putting a hold on his $800 million studio expansion after seeing OpenAI Sora. He said that the capabilities were mind-blowing for OpenAI Sora. He was shocked by it and said that jobs are going to be lost, and he feels like everybody in the industry is running 100 million miles an hour trying to catch up, and that we need to put guardrails against technology like this. He believes that there should be some sort of regulations in order to protect us. And I think that he has a point. I mean, if you think about video, it's the closest thing we have to reality, which is why companies like Meta are investing billions of dollars into the metaverse. Because if you can get video to work, an immersive video, then you can essentially create completely virtual worlds, almost like an alternate universe with infinite possibilities, which also means infinite ways for companies to make money. And because of the potential of this technology, I believe it is the most dangerous thing that OpenAI has put out to date because of what it can do. Now, it doesn't have to be dangerous if it's used in the right way. And so as long as we put the right kind of safeguards in place and make sure that it's done correctly, then we can use it to our benefit in society. If you want to see examples of OpenAI Sora, you can go to OpenAI's website, where you can see incredible examples of animated videos, cityscapes, or animal examples of animals just doing fun things. What I'm particularly interested in is how Sora actually works. I'm gonna go into the details a little bit and explain to you how the machine intelligence actually works to create these videos, or at least how we think they work based on what OpenAI shared with us. Sora is similar to other text image models like OpenAI's DALL-E, Stable Diffusion, Midjourney, and more because it is a diffusion model, meaning that it starts each frame of the video with static noise and uses machine learning to gradually transform the images into something resembling the prompt. Right now with Sora, the videos can only be up to 60 seconds. But one thing that Sora is doing which is different is that it can consider several video frames at once, which keeps the objects consistent when they move in and out of view. For example, if you look at this video of a cartoon kangaroo, it can move in and out of the frame without any inconsistency because of this new innovative technique. The other difference between Sora and the other tools is that it uses its diffusion model with the GPT transformer architecture, and images are broken down into small rectangular patches. And these patches are three-dimensional because they persist through time. You could think of these patches as similar to tokens, which is the current way that OpenAI charges for using these models, which is based on token usage. Now, with all this innovation, there are some limitations to Sora. For example, on the OpenAI website, it shows videos where the position of objects might shift strangely. For example, in this video of wolves, you can see that the wolves just seem to pop up out of nowhere, and that the wolves sometimes overlap each other. Another problem with the model is that it sometimes doesn't understand cause and effect. And in this video, you can see a basketball exploding when it goes into the hoop, which, at least last time I saw, doesn't usually happen when you shoot a basketball. Now, while there are some limitations clearly to Sora, you can also imagine the potential use cases of this technology. I think people are going to immediately start using it for things like social media, advertising, marketing, and also doing prototypes for things like videos. For example, in Hollywood, when making movies, you have storyboard artists who essentially map out every single frame, usually by sketching it out. It shows exactly what a video, movie, or TV show is going to have in it. But you can imagine having each one of those things actually be generated by OpenAI Sora. And you can imagine a scenario just like how ChatGPT currently allows you to train your GPT model, where with custom data, you could upload all your stock footage from your shots of your actors talking or moving around, and it could actually create the generated video using the stock footage as a knowledge base, which would cut down on the amount of time you would need to create B-roll or anything like that. I'm extremely excited for the potential of something like Sora. In fact, one thing that I did when I first saw this come out is I turned to my longtime girlfriend, who I've been dating a while, who hadn't yet seen Sora, and I said, "You have to check this out. What you're about to see is game changing." And I wanted to actually see her reaction for the first time when she saw this technology. Because if we have kids in the future, I want to remember the moment that she first saw the technology so we can tell them exactly what it was like. Because I truly believe a technology like this is so game changing because of its ability to create photorealistic alternative realities. I really want us to remember the moment that I believe the world is going to change, hopefully for the better. When I asked my parents about the first time they saw the internet, they can't really seem to remember the exact first time they saw the internet because they really weren't paying attention to that major game-changing thing. But now we're so used to things changing the world every single year that I think it's important to stop and reflect on it and really try to remember that moment when everything changed. Again, I believe technology like this could be as transformative as the internet itself. And hopefully we can put the right kind of regulations and guidelines in place to properly control the use of this technology. We need to be able to protect people's copyright, IP, and creative integrity. But if we can, then we can 10 to 100x people's creativity and overall improve their lives. If you like this video about Sora and innovative tech, you might want to check out my last video on Tesla and how a new competitor is starting to outsell more cars than them. Until next time, I hope you enjoy playing around with Sora and imagining its potential use cases for your life.